The Gold Pass has been improved, reworked from the ground up, so whether you purchase the pass or not, this will impact you because how you progress in the season is completely different. The rewards on the silver side of the track are equally changed, and there are even new features within the Gold Pass itself. Clash of Clans released a blog post today. I do have footage to show you as well, but they said the Season Pass has been a part of Clash since 2018. Whilst they've improved it, now they are reworking it from the ground up to feel more modern and rewarding. There's a new progression system, and as you can see, it looks completely different. Now, the main thing, the price is not changing. It will remain $6.99 US, but in a lot of ways, this will give you more value for your money. So the first thing they talk about is the Gold Pass experience. They wanted to make it full screen, so not a pop-up window. That is good. Bigger icons and a cleaner, more modern flow that is easier to understand. I do like that it's full screen. There's a lot of elements that I think are great. The icons look really good, but like everything, it can take a bit of getting used to. I did like the old layout. For me, it feels like the icons within this one are just kind of floating there, whereas previously they were built into the ground. Nevertheless, though, let's really focus on what is changing. So the season task card. They have reworked season points and how you get those points, because previously you had to complete certain challenges using particular troops. Sometimes it was just a bit annoying. So this way, anybody can complete the tasks without changing aspects of their gameplay. So essentially, every single day you get a task card. There are 7 tasks to complete, but you could actually complete the same task 7 times over if you wished. We're going to get to the tasks and what they are in a moment, but once you complete all 7, you get a bonus, and these cards stack. So if you don't log in until the 3rd day, well then you will have 3 task cards ready to go. If you don't log in until the 20th day of the season, you'll have 20 task cards ready to go. There is obviously just some gatekeeping as to how quick you can progress through the track because you only get 1 card per day. You get the same amount of points whether you've purchased the pass or not, but it does say here Gold Pass players earn extra bonus points when completing stamp cards. So after your 7 stamps for the day, the bonus points will be a little bit higher. And in the final week of the season, you will earn even more points per stamp and per completed card. This helps the end of the season feel faster and more rewarding, especially for more casual players. So I can only surmise that is for all players, not just if you've purchased the Gold Pass. It would make sense, but I guess we'll find out on that one. Because points are now earned more evenly throughout the season, we've removed the old bonus points for purchasing the Gold Pass consecutively. Now, this is one part that I don't love. What that used to do was mean you instantly got to the 10% discount, and I don't think that's the case this time around on the first day. But essentially, you won't be able to spend your season bank loot with the 10% builder boost on the first day. So I don't love that, but it's not a deal breaker because a lot of this is a net positive for all different players. So the task cards, these are the ones you can complete in order to get the points and progress. Start a building, lab, or pet upgrade. If you are a maxed player, that one's going to be pretty difficult, but there's plenty of other easy ones. Donate reinforcements, or simply request reinforcements. If those weren't easy enough, equally destroy a town hall, win a battle, and complete a star bonus. So you should be able to get your 7 tasks completed for the day fairly easily, especially if you're doing 2 attacks in order to complete your star bonus. To get to the end of the track, you require 2,500 of the points. Because the task cards are daily, it is a bit frustrating that we can't get some of the bonuses as quick as we used to. Hopefully some of these other changes make up for it though, such as choice nodes. I do really like this one because at certain points in the track, you will be able to choose which reward you want. Starting out, the hero skin. You don't actually have to pick the hero skin from this current season. There will be a more classic previous hero skin there as well. So if you're a Town Hall 9 and you would prefer a King, Queen, or Minion Prince skin, you don't have to choose this season's if it is for the Royal Champion, for example. But more importantly, later on as you move through, you can choose, do you want a Rune of Gold or a Rune of Elixir? Previously, we would always get a Rune of Gold and Elixir, and you still do. But this time around, you can actually choose, do you want both Runes of Gold? Maybe you're lacking in the laboratory. You could choose both Runes of Elixir if you want, and equally choose both books of fighting. Because again, it gives you the option of, rather than just defaulting to one of each, you could get 2 of a particular book if you wish. So I really like that. Just adds a little bit more flexibility into things. They do say in the blog post, one important note: if a choice node isn't claimed before the season ends, it will default to the first option shown, or converted to gems if your inventory is full for that magic item. Now, what it does say here is higher town halls unlock more meaningful choices, while lower town halls only get rewards that make sense for their progression. And this equally ties into the season bank loot, which has now been changed to the Hoggy Bank. It is bigger and better. It's also more simplified, so there is no multipliers as you go through the season track. You don't have to claim a larger season bank. It is based on your town hall level. So if you do not purchase the pass, previously you could earn up to 5 million gold or elixir. Now you can earn up to 8 million gold or elixir, and it's very simple. If you purchase the gold pass, you get 5 times the amount when it comes to the end of the season. So for a Town Hall 18 player, you would now get 40 million gold or elixir. Right now in the game, it is only 30 million gold or elixir. They do say the Hoggy Bank now scales with Town Hall level. For lower Town Halls, the total will be lower than before, while higher Town Halls will see higher payouts. This keeps rewards fair and manageable across all stages of progression. So I feel this is a double-edged sword, because it may encourage rushing because you get less value as a lower Town Hall player. So you could see it as you're upgrading your Town Hall, you're just unlocking more of the Hoggy Bank storage, which does make sense. Right now in the game, you have your season bank full. Once it gets to the end of the season and it pays out, you literally don't even need to play the game because you have loot to keep your builders working for days, if not a week or 2. But do know that the Hoggy Bank loot and any of the rewards, the choice nodes, things like that, they are locked in when the season starts. So if you upgrade your Town Hall mid-season, those will not take effect until the next season. That is why, as part of this blog post, they said if you want to upgrade your Town Hall prior to March starting, that is when this gold pass will kick in for the first time, that's how you can enable higher Hoggy Bank chest rewards locked in seemingly as well. Because yes, there are now chests in the pass, but it is only on the silver side of the pass. Very happy that they are not adding them to the paid side of the pass, because I feel that could be a very slippery slope. So the chests will replace most of the potions, which used to be guaranteed rewards, whereas now the chests have a random reward. However, what you have the chance of from a chest is or cosmetics, other items. Yes, you might get a potion anyway, but I'd like to think on balance, you could actually get better items out of the chests than what you would for some of the potions, which, to be honest, are pretty useless. They acknowledge that it's not a one-for-one trade-off with the potion directly, but they think it's better for players because of the opportunity for better rewards, which I have to say I agree with. Free-to-play players can then have more options of getting more magic items, more hero skins, or particularly as well. That is something we're going to get to in a second when it comes to the new feature of the Gold Pass. But first, I do want to mention the 1 gem donation, because I think this is a great change. You do still get that pretty much at the start of the pass, but you can now use the 1 gem donations on yourself. To be honest, it brings more of a use case for the 1 gem donation back, because it lost a lot of its value when we can just use resources to donate troops and you don't have to cook them up. But obviously you can't donate to yourself unless you're using raid medals, which often we don't want to use because we want to use them in the trader shop, or you have a clan castle cake, which unfortunately we don't get too often. Hopefully we get some more now out of these chests, but at least we have an option where if no clan members are online, we're not stuck like without clan castle troops. We can now use the gems in order to donate. Equally, whilst this change is minimal, I do think it's pretty good. Now, when you earn a magic item and your storage is full, you don't have to like back out of the menu to go into your current storage, use the item so you can collect the one that's there. So more a bit of a quality of life thing there, not having to like go through multiple menus to use the magic item if you wanted to, rather than convert it to gems. And equally, there are shovels of obstacles within the pass now as well. Up to 3 of them, in fact. So that's great, because I do hear from a lot of the more active community when it comes to decorations. Sometimes we don't have enough of the shovel of obstacles, so it's good that we've got some in the pass as well. So now back to what I mentioned in the ore, we now have a new character within our village, the Prospector. Now this will be a village helper that allows you to convert ore from one type to another. I did give Supercell feedback on this. A lot of creators did that. This is great for paying players who purchase the Gold Pass. It might convert more players to purchase the Gold Pass, which clearly that's a good thing for Supercell. The players that really have the biggest issue with the ore economy are returning players mainly, but then free-to-play players when it comes to Starry Ore. And this does not help that situation. So I don't mind the Prospector. I think it is good for paying players. We're getting this extra within the Gold Pass, but what they have to do is more for free-to-play players. And yes, there are chests now within the silver side of the pass, so you might get Starry Ore out of the chests, which is awesome. But they have to really look at the players that are struggling in the current system and find a solution for them, because this isn't it. They could have actually added the Prospector with gems instead, like the other village helpers, or maybe allowed you to use the Prospector once from the silver side of the pass, and then you could use it daily from the gold side of the pass as it is right now. But either way, I like the Prospector as a feature. I do think there needs to be more things to tackle the issues of the ore economy, and a lot of that is making sure free-to-play players don't feel like they're just getting left further and further behind. But anyways, the Prospector doesn't have a gem cost, there's no upgrades, there's no bonuses, it's just simple conversion of gems, and you get it at 2,400 season points. So you won't actually be able to unlock the Prospector until later on in the season anyway. It's for Town Hall 10 players and above. Below that, you would just get a resource potion instead. And obviously, as I've been talking about the Prospector there, you've seen how it operates, some of the conversion rates as well. But essentially, you can use it once per day to convert ore from one type to another. They do say the Gold Pass is to be better aligned with how players play Clash today, whether you're free to play, Gold Pass, or somewhere in between. The new Gold Pass goes live next season on the 1st of March, but they wanted to share these beforehand so you could see what's coming and prepare. Over on the Supercell store, remember you can purchase your Gold Pass to get extra items with your purchases, and for every 6 Gold Passes you purchase, you get a book of everything as well. You can support a creator over there. My code is Judo. We get a small kickback, and it helps me to bring the best Clash of Clans videos possible, so I appreciate the support. Or you can let me know what you think of these Gold Pass changes. There are pros and cons, but I think overall it is a positive for all players, free to play and those within the Gold Pass. Just a couple of things that I mentioned there that they do need to be cautious on continuing to improve in the future. I will though place a recommended video from my channel on your screen that YouTube thinks you will like. Let's see if they're right. Enjoy the rest of your day.